Sezno. This is for my fellow Gen Zers. This has been on my mind today. It is rough out here. like, like I know it, you know it. If you were going through it, I feel for you. My heart is with you. It is fucked up out here on so many levels. I'm not gonna play the role of like relentless optimist in this video, but I'm also not trying to be like overly pessimistic when I say that it's probably not going to get better. And also, like, feel free to like rant in the comment section. Like, this is a totally safe space to do so. If you're like me and you're in your 20s or slightly younger, I feel like now is the time to just be delusional. I think following your dream right now is like a very valid and meaningful response to the circumstances that we're presented with, whatever that might be for you. For me, that is, I'm trying to make it as a musician, as an artist, as a content creator, even. I would love to have some kind of influence in that world. And obviously, I'm not living off of it at the moment. I'm speaking to you live from my parents' house. I have 2 jobs and a side hustle, and I still don't make enough. To give myself some credit, I have been consistent with my desire to be a musician. I've always like trudged that path and made decisions that prioritize that. But in all the time where like I had that kind of vision for my life, I feel like the way that I understood it and the way that society maybe encouraged me to feel for my options in life, there was like a safe route and a risky route, in which the safe route is like your traditional 9 to 5, whatever. Whereas my desire to get my creativity to a point where I can live off of it is the more risky route. But the longer I do this, the more I recognize that that distinction is just bullshit. Society has convinced me and others that are similar to me that this is the case. But in reality, like, have we considered that maybe it's the opposite? I think a lot of Gen Z people, though this is not exclusive to them, but we feel these days like, what is so safe about a 9 to 5? The quote unquote traditional work route, the way that working is supposed to go in a capitalist society. What is inherently safe about that at this point, aside from consistent short-term money? I mean, obviously you're either paying your bills or you're not. I get that. But I mean like wider career stability. Something that is supposed to keep you afloat for your entire life. In, say, a decade's time, the workforce is going to be unrecognizable and like not in a good way. I mean, I'm not an economist, but like I'm also not fucking stupid. And like there are so many industries where human workers are going to be replaced. This is already starting to happen. I mean, people are already getting impacted by this. Gen Z feels like cooked all the time, and I think this is partially because the things that we have been led to believe will result in a safe and sustainable life are just like not the case anymore now that it's our turn to do it. Like the rules are being rewritten, and they're being rewritten fast, and our upbringing didn't prepare us to deal with any of this. Like human workers in numerous industries have been replaceable this entire time. This narrative of graduate high school, go to college, get a degree, which will get you an entry-level position, and with hard work, you will have a brilliant career. And that's what's going to be able to get you a house and a family and yada yada. I understand that there are some people who are doing that, but for me, and for many other people like me, like that is off the table. What reason should I have to have any expectation of that? Like, that's not how my life is played out. And I'm not knocking the people who are successfully doing that. Like, that is amazing and good for you. But for me, it doesn't feel like it matters that I have a degree. It doesn't feel like I have any guarantee of a career. And it feels like the results that are yielded by hard work are like diminishing continually. To be honest, like the people who looked at me crazy when I was 18 or 20, when I told them like, oh, I want to make music when I'm done with college or whatever, those are some of the same people who have certain careers now, but they're maybe going to get laid off sooner than they think when AI affects their job and their industry. I know that I'm generalizing, but my point is like this whole notion of like, well, this route is safe, the 9 to 5 thing is safe, you should prioritize that because this creative thing is more risky. That argument doesn't have any validity to me anymore. I can't trust that. I don't believe that that's true. Pursuing your delusional thing is like, it's not just a pipe dream, you know? Like maybe the delusion is not delusional at all. It might actually be the most rational thing that you could do for yourself and your future. So like my sezno related work, so like my music, my YouTube, my merch, like whatever, stuff that group together, America would call my side hustle. That is actually the only source of income that I've got in which I'm not replaceable. I can never be fired. I have full control over my catalog. I determine my hours. I make whatever the hell I want, and I get rewarded for it. And my supporters enjoy what I do specifically because it's me and because it's transmitted through me. If something could just replace me, it wouldn't be sezno anymore. There are always going to be plenty of people who will try to convince you that what you really want to do is like irrational or risky or unlikely or whatever. I think on the other hand, like that is precisely the attitude that is irrational. I think it is irrational to feel truly safe in your 9 to 5 and not have any other options. I think it's irrational for me to assume that any job or any industry would even have consistent need for me. What, for the decades that I'm supposed to be in working life? I think it is irrational for that to be the exclusive plan A if that's not what I want to do. Because the system that venerates that plan A doesn't give a shit about any of us. And like we're about to all learn that on a huge scale if we're not learning it already. I think it is irrational to have your complete interests in the palm of hands that can just decide to stop feeding you at any time, under any pretext. Now, I'm not telling everybody to like quit your job. You know what I mean? Like I understand that we all have to make money and stuff. Do I have to maneuver this system in order to reach my delusional goals? Absolutely. But to have complete faith in that system and to not consider the obvious instability of it all that is not rooted in logic, in my opinion. I understand it depends on the industry, but I mean, in general, I'm not the only one that feels like this, bro. If you watched this far, you probably feel like this, is my guess. Again, I'm sorry for sounding so pessimistic about a lot of this shit, but like, my point is like, what do any of us have to lose from pursuing our dream at this point? And like building our thing. You know, building our life, the thing where we're not replaceable, the thing in which we're needed and important and not at somebody's whim. Look, the next few years are probably going to be brutal. You know, I'm no fucking oracle. Who knows? Like maybe pursuing your dream right now is going to save your life one day when shit inevitably hits the fan. Like, I just started a new job after a long time of looking, mind you, obviously. And lo and behold, not enough hours, no benefits, no meaningful change in my finances. We're back to square one. It's just like an infinite cycle. And the more people I talk to, the more I realize this is happening to millions of people. Please stay safe out there, my brethren. I suffer among you. Much love to you all.